All right, guys. Good morning. I wanted to. I was reading this morning in John 15 and 16, um, and there were a couple of verses that really kind of stuck out to me. Um, so I want to focus on one here in verse 20. Verse 20 of John 15. This is Jesus speaking. He says, "Do you remember what I told you? A slave is not greater than his master. Since they persecuted me, naturally they will persecute you." And he starts that out. He's talking about how the world hates him and the world's going to hate you. Okay. So I'm reading this. Do you remember a slave's not greater than his master? Since they persecuted me, naturally they will persecute you. But I don't really feel persecuted. And that makes me wonder, because this is like logical. A slave's not greater than his master. That's sort of and since they persecuted me, and they did, naturally they're going to persecute you because you follow me. And I don't always feel persecuted. And I guess this isn't saying that they're always going to persecute me, but it makes me wonder, in my life, when Jesus says, "Take up your cross," and he took up his cross in obedience, yes, but also for the joy that was set before him, right? If I don't feel persecuted, it makes me wonder, am I taking up my cross? Am I actually following him? A slave is not greater than his master. Am I actually a slave to Jesus Christ? And I guess that's maybe the biggest question for me and for you today is, am I a slave? Would I truly categorize myself as a slave of Jesus Christ? Somebody who has no will separate from, or maybe it's better to say, someone whose will is totally subjected to the will of the master. Anything that I want to do that is not in alignment with what he wants, I won't do. And anything that he wants me to do, whether or not I want to do it, I will do it without question. That is what it means to be a slave. Am I a slave to Jesus? And if I'm not feeling persecuted, then perhaps I'm not acknowledging and accepting and living in my position as a slave, as a follower, as a disciple, as someone who follows behind Jesus, taking up my cross of suffering, not for no reason, for the joy set before me. And for me, that joy is eternity in heaven with God, with Jesus, who loved me. And for him, the joy that was set before him was me and you. It blows my mind that God could love us that much, but that's why he did it. So I ask you today, are you taking up your cross? If everything seems hunky-dory, if everything seems great, then perhaps I'm not taking my cross up. Now, perhaps it's just a time of rest, and that's great. Okay? I'm not saying that this is, that if today is a good day, that you're not following Jesus. That's not what I'm saying. But if every day seems like a good and easy and kind of boring day, then maybe you got to ask yourself that question. Am I truly following Jesus? All right, love you guys.